Uh-huh. Hello, everybody. This is John. We are here for the Shame Island podcast because we renamed it, formerly known as CG Cast, but that was a little boring, so we decided to go with Shame Island. And here we are on fucking Shame Island. Hooray. We got David.
What's that, dude?
Chris.
Yellow.
And a very special guest, Mr. Brian.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. So Brian,
Yeah.
we'll give you an introduction real quick. He is a buddy of mine from the Chicago area who now lives all the way across the states in California, soaking up the sunshine quite literally.
Yeah, totally.
So that's how I met him. And I brought him on because he is a hater of all things new and great. So it'd be cool to listen to him bitch about all things new and great.
Ah, okay, that's the reason why I'm here.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering.
Cool.
Okay. I just figured,
thought
hey, he's your friend.
I thought it was because he was so shameful.
Well, that too. When we play Smash, it's pretty shameful on his part. So.
Oh shit! Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh my gosh. Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
here for
so-
sound effects.
Yeah, great. Better you than David. David's pretty bad at them, so. Fucking case in point right there.
Wow.
See?
Like,
Hey,
it's like,
if I'm gonna ruin something, I'm gonna go in hardcore and just ruin it. There's no coming back. There's no like, that was all right. It's just like, just no.
It's like diarrhea on a pillow.
yeah, that's pretty good.
You
way to
just
describe
Nobody
never
wants to
use
use
that
that pillow
pillow
again.
again.
something good.
The only
So-
thing it's good for is firewood.
It's not even good for that.
Is it? I was about to say.
Yeah, you can dry that shit out.
Hey,
Cow
if you-
plaids burn forever. I'm just saying, poo burns a long
New
time.
things every day. Where did you learn this? Did
You're
you test
welcome.
this? Like,
School.
what is this base? School? Cop
No,
out.
school. I
Response.
guess like cowboys used to dehydrate cow shit and then use it for fuel.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I actually have heard that.
See?
That's true, that's
Fair enough.
Ba-boom.
Fair enough.
Y'all are chumps.
So,
Oh, that's just
Anyway.
some shitty education.
wow, fucking.
And
Go
whose
literally
fault is that?
That's a good pun. I like that.
Oh, Jesus. Already starting off to fucking one of those podcasts. I mean, it might as well anyway. I haven't gotten any topics.
We devolved so quickly into poop jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much where we have to
Shame
be at
Island.
this
Welcome
point.
to Shame Island.
So yeah, David, you have a Switch, which is finally out, and you are the only one out of us that has it, and you have been playing Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
How's that
Ba-na-na-na.
going?
Essentially sums it up. It's just a masterpiece. It's beautiful.
What's so beautiful about it? It looks like a Zelda game to me. I don't know.
I
See,
see what
you
you're
would
doing
say
there.
that because
I
you
see
don't know
what you're doing
anything
there.
about Zelda. That's the only reason why you say that.
No. You know what's funny?
don't
It's
know
just
shit about
earlier.
Zelda.
Just
That's why
earlier,
you
he
say
was
that.
going, I
That is
want
like-
Zelda. I want to play it too. It's
Yeah.
all right if you
Oh.
play
I-
Zelda without me.
I've heard
I'm
so
gonna
many
get it for
tears
Wii
from this
U.
man. This
Wah.
genuine tears
Wah.
about I don't have the Switch. Wah, no Zelda.
is-
And now he's
this
like,
is Shame
just
Island,
a
not-
Zelda game.
This is Shame Island.
Shame
not shit on
Island can turn
Jonathan.
into
What the
Flame
fuck?
Island, okay?
No, listen here. I was trying to create a conflict.
A conflict. Yes, you were creating a conflict.
Yes, I'm trying to create conversation.
Yeah, but you
motherfucker.
realize
I'm
that.
trying to get you to tell me.
Like, that is not the way to create a conflict. You could have just been like, oh, the cell
Do them in the
shading looks a
worst
little
ways
cartoony.
Possible.
Like, there's a number of things to critique about any Zelda game, and yet you just went, it looks like a Zelda game.
Yeah. I'm speaking
Well,
for
yeah,
the people
it's
that
called
actually-
Zelda.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Gosh.
Okay. All I was trying to get at. What
This
makes
is
it
Roast on
different?
Shame
Already.
Island.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. all I was trying to get at was what makes it different than any other Zelda game. Why would I?
Oh,
as
that's
someone
what
who
you
doesn't
wanted?
Fuck
Okay.
Man, you confounded 3 solid people tonight. Just throwing that out there.
Seriously, this has never happened again. Fuck all of you. Jesus.
We're just learning all sorts of things tonight, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all hate me.
What?
Nothing new.
Sorry, I couldn't let that stupid comment go. Like it was just, yeah.
What comment? Oh, whatever. Anyway, David, what sets this fucking Zelda game apart from any other fucking Zelda game?
Have you not watched videos of it? Like you can't even tell from that, Jonathan.
Oh my
I've been actually
god,
trying-
critique levels so hard.
Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you what sets it apart. You can eat in this Zelda game.
It's true.
Boom. You,
You know,
can't pet
I
the
just-
dogs though.
You know, that is one thing that I've
Not
noticed.
happy.
Like, I've watched some streamers and they're like, I want to pet the dog. This dog's following me. The only natural thing to do when a dog follows you is to pet the dog or run into panic and then have it bite your heels.
I think you've been doing dogs wrong.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's not doing dogs at all.
Yeah.
It's Shame Island, okay?
Whoa there.
This is a judgment-free zone unless you're Jonathan.
I honestly never
That's
thought we'd cross
true.
into
That's
bestiality
true.
territory, but here we
Nah,
are.
nah. But
David's like, I'm out.
the dogs are cute. The dogs are cute, but you can't pet them. It's a real shame.
It's a real shame, yeah.
It's damn shame. So that's what sets apart this game from you just
Yep,
can't pet dogs.
can't
like-
pet
There are
dogs.
dogs and you can't pet them.
But
Exactly
thing
like
is,
all the
you're
other
make-
Zelda games. Yep.
you're making me not
But
want
do
this game at all.
any of
'Cause,
the
like,
other
why would I
Zelda
want to play
games
a
have
game?
dogs? So maybe Wind Waker?
Yeah, they had dogs.
I don't.
You could
Yeah.
just pick them up, though.
think so.
That was the only thing you could do.
I mean,
Because
so
I didn't
why
play
would I
Wind
get this new
Waker
Zelda?
too much. Like it was years ago when I played it, so I couldn't exactly remember. Like I know chicken.
No, there are dogs in Ocarina of Time. They're running all around the main square. And you have to find Richard, her beloved pet, and bring him to her at night. You could get a heart piece
Yeah.
for it.
And
But my
that one,
question is,
what's that one on the Game Boy? There was also one running around there, you know? And then,
Which game?
I forgot. You
Let's
know, you
see,
go to the
Game
beach and then you
Boy-
find your sword.
Oh, Link's Awakening. No,
yeah,
no,
that's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
DX.
Yes, Link's Awakening DX. That was, you know,
yeah.
the original one was great too because it had this one glitch you could do where you could teleport on a different side of the map. You
Totally.
did some
totally.
certain like configuration, and it was like super easy to do. But anyways, there's dogs in
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, and you can't pet them, and it's the public is just.
Would you call
they're
it a
having an outroar
doggone
about it.
shame?
Yes. You have the ability to pet a horse, but you
Okay.
can't
Would
pet a
you-
dog.
Would you say the
like,
game
what's
is
up with
barking
that?
up the wrong tree?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Huh. Would you say
You
that
make
you
me
feel
proud.
like you're chasing its own tail?
okay, so I gotta say, y'all are doing a very good job at selling me on this game right now. Like, I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll be honest. Yes, it looks great. I have watched it. I was trying to get a conversation going, but y'all are taking this in a whole different direction.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have to say, I actually do want to play this game because I have watched it because I've done my own research. So I don't need y'all's opinions.
Do
But
you feel
anyway,
better now?
No, I hate you. And I
Wow.
don't feel better.
The terrible stream coming out of your mouth.
I only produce good streams.
I think everybody knows why they want to play Breath of the Wild. I think that people are inherently drawn to the story, the suggested storyline. You don't even need to know it, and you're like, that's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
You know?
Just the
Yeah.
fact that it's massive and it's just like
Oh,
I don't know,
yes.
it just changes things up, you know.
Yep.
And that's what the series needed was just the
It's
change.
like the first Zelda sandbox.
Yeah, I seriously have been just running around, gliding places, riding horses, and there's always something new to find. Like, and I'll watch a
Yeah.
stream just in the beginning area, and they'll just find something I never even saw. I was like, oh, snaps. It's like, you can't even be upset about it because there's so much in the game that You know, if you were to find everything in one playthrough, like, it would take so long to do.
So you're just running around wasting time. So what are you doing in the game, David?
Oh, you know, hunting down the shrines.
Please don't let that burn go unnoticed.
What am I doing in the game? I'm enjoying the lovely scenery that the game has to offer. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I like
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean,
pretty pictures. What can I say?
I've been watching a lot of the stream. I've been watching Hannah stream it a lot today, and it just looks. I don't know, it looks fun. And
No spoilers.
I don't know, Brad, if you remember or not when they first announced it and how I was actually pretty against it because I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is this?"
Idiot.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I genuinely at first glance I kind of like dismissed it. I was like, this is like classic Zelda. It's kind of looks.
No, you should just take this into consideration for everything in life. Don't just base it off of one judgment.
Yeah, this is
now
a
we're
life
getting
lesson.
philosophical.
Life lesson. This is why we're in Shame Island. We need these lessons.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. But no, I did kind of dismiss it at first because it was like it seemed drastically different, and it is in a lot of ways. But the more I've been watching it, like I changed my mind like probably 2-3 weeks later anyway. But the more I've been watching it recently, the more I really want it because it does look like a lot of fun, and it seems like they really nailed open world. Because I love open world games a lot, but they do tend to get boring because there's like sometimes too much shit to do. So it's like you kind of just get overwhelmed and bored, and you kind of like don't really have much direction. But this one, it kind of gives you like a little bit of direction, but it's still open world, and you still have a lot you can do, and it looks like a lot of fun. Like I was watching videos of people making catapults because you can like move shit around with your, I don't know, I'm assuming it's some power Link gets or whatever. That's something to do with like the Sheikah.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can like move objects around with it, and people make like makeshift catapults. They'll drop a huge rock on the other end of the plank, and they'll go flying in the air, and it looks amazing. And it's like it's a Zelda game. Like I never thought in a million years that a Zelda game would have something like that in it.
Well, they've been moving towards like an open world since pretty much Twilight Princess. Like they've been slowly trying for that. And I feel like they started with that concept because the earlier games especially had a totally open feel, like the ones on Game Boy, the handheld ones, the Ages of Oracles, of Seasons, like those were such an open field. Like you could totally get lost.
Yeah. Well, even Ocarina of Time was pretty open from what I remember because that was the first Zelda game I ever played. At least that I remember. And I just remember like roaming around like the big open area and going to, and this is where my lack of Zelda knowledge comes into play. But where you find Epona.
Lon Lon Ranch.
Yeah, that one. And like I just remember that like being on that like cliff and just like it looked so massive. Like back in the day, like now it's like right there. But
yeah, it's almost like it
big.
was the first like beta sandbox with Zelda because honestly, that is probably one of the biggest open field games of that time. I can't really think of another game.
I don't know. It would take me a while to even think of anything. I'm sure there might be other things, but as far as ones that I remember, definitely like one of the bigger open world type.
Especially
games.
Wind Waker, like there were so many islands to explore. Like
the
more I
was
think
fun.
about it, the more sandbox like Zelda has been even in the past. Like I didn't even think about it as far as I guess I took that for granted, but it's very sandboxy actually.
And that's something that I've really liked about those games. Like that's why like it's always been like that. Like my favorite type of franchise. It's just because like the exploring aspect.
Yeah, you are a pretty big Zelda fan, right? Like you.
Yeah.
So like, cause I remember you were like excited right out of the gate for this game. When, you saw it.
Totally. Because I knew what it meant. Like I knew like this is exactly what like I wanted for a next Zelda game,
Yeah.
you know, like. So yeah, it just.
And it surprised the shit out of me too, because as I mentioned prior, you tend to not like things that are new, not because they're new, but just because you tend to.
Go
I'm trying
on.
to think of how.
Yeah, I
I
wanna
like
hear
lost
this.
how.
Do you agree with this statement?
No, okay. So like an example is like
To an
you
extent.
much prefer Melee over like Brawl or Smash for the Wii U.
All day,
And
but like
it's-
that
yeah.
also has to do with like the physics of the game as well,
Right.
and just
I
just
agree.
overall
I totally
the
agree.
movement, like the movement is so much more crisp, and it's just like I feel like punishes are more threatening.
They have
in
so
that
much more
game.
weight
Mhm.
in Smash.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it seems like just in general, like one of your like more favorite consoles is the GameCube, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, so like it's just like you didn't really care about the Wii, and to be fair, not many people did. And I own the thing, and I don't really care much about it except for Mario Maker and Smash. So, um, but it surprised me. Getting back to what I was originally talking about, it surprised me when you're like pretty hyped about it. I was like, oh wow, this is a new thing that Brian likes. It must be good. Even though at
Aw.
first I didn't really like it much.
Well, that's nice of you to think that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have a
value your
very
opinion.
valued opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah,
Thanks.
so when
Tom.
you say something's good, if it's new and you say it's good, then I'm like, it catches my interest for sure. So.
Oh, because of my pickiness, my own pickiness.
Yeah.
It's
you're very
almost
picky when it
like you
comes to
respect the opinion of your friends.
Oh, man, what a concept.
Yeah, that's
This is an
Except when
odd
it's a-
concept.
stuff. Except when his opinion is wrong, and he thinks he's good at Smash. So that's the only time I don't respect it.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have to say, like, oh, new Zelda's coming out. I don't want to know anything about it. Like,
Yeah,
that's how I was.
yeah.
But it was a completely different reason. Like, I wanted to I already knew it was going to be good, but I just wanted everything to be a surprise. Like,
Yeah.
You've been on this kick lately with that, like even with not even just games, like movie trailers and everything.
Yeah,
in general.
it all started with the Batman vs Superman trailer.
Yeah.
That was the
God.
worst trailer. That was not a trailer. That was a movie summary.
Yeah. They
and
just
if I
told
want-
you the
and
whole movie.
If I want to enjoy a movie, I don't want to know what it's about, what's going to happen, who I'm going to expect to see. I just want to know, who's directing this movie, and then
What?
like just a super vague like concept. Like, oh,
That
it's
would be
gonna
really,
have
really
something about
cool,
that.
actually. If
Yeah.
the movie was like, so say all the trailers from here on out were just black screens with some of the music from the movie, and then like they just list who's going to be in it and who directed it. Like blind trailers.
Yeah.
We just call them blind
That's
trailers.
that's actually.
That'd be cool.
I think that's a really good idea.
And
and
because,
then the
like,
title. We'd need the title.
That would definitely catch interest, especially if the music is that good. You
Yeah, I
know?
mean, like-
for example, if Quentin Tarantino took that idea and he did it his style, like
Everybody
that
and their
would catch the
mom would go
attention.
see that. Holy God.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I have a
Yeah.
buddy who,
So
when
that's
we
a-
go to the movies, he will go out of the movie theater until the trailers are over with. And while
Oh,
I'm
really?
not, while I'm not that extreme, like after seeing that Superman vs Batman trailer, like I completely understand why. Because I watched the movie and I thought it was a good movie. I thought the scripting could have been better, but the acting, I thought was really well done.
Oh, imagine it with a Hayao Miyazaki film, because the music is always so good.
Oh,
Just like
That's
this
true.
black
That's
screen,
true.
and all it says in big letters, Hayao Miyazaki, and then you just hear some music. You'd be like, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I don't even need to know the voice actors. Like, I'm gonna go see that movie.
I would just need to
Yeah.
know when it was released.
Exactly. Like, coming soon.
Yeah.
That's all they put out. And suddenly
No,
it's in
when?
theaters.
It's too
Well, no-
obscure.
So with all that being said, that's what I did with the Zelda. Like I avoided pretty much everything. Like I saw one 3-minute trailer or just like of Link climbing up a cliff or
Yes.
A
Yeah,
mountain.
I'm
And
scaling
then-
the cliff.
and then that was it. Like I didn't want to know anything else. So like every little thing that I see is like, oh, this is really cool. Like I haven't seen this before.
I am definitely gonna stream Breath of the Wild when I get it because I know I'm gonna cry, and I'm just like, I want to catch that on video. Just me being like, "Blizz, Zelda." It's just my favorite. It's always my favorite.
You make one of those reaction videos.
Yeah, exactly. I want to just be like, everything's beautiful. I'm gonna throw up. This is my life.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely need to pick it up, and I'm kind of debating, like, I don't know if I want to get it on the Wii U or just wait until I get the Switch, because I'm not getting the Switch until Odyssey comes out. Like, I don't know.
I think that you should just get it on the Wii U because the Switch, there's been a lot of minor like glitch, I guess, like bad things that have happened.
Oh, God.
Like when you take it out of the thing, it scratches the screen, and there's been
I've
dead
heard
pixels,
that.
and and it's just kind of like, while it's still definitely a playable system, kind of how the original DS was definitely a playable system, they came out with a new DS, like the DS Lite and the 3DS and stuff, and they updated it, and they just changed minor things that made it so much better.
Yeah, the design overall.
Yeah, I would wait, like, seriously, I think between 6 months to a year from now, there's going to be a better Switch.
And that's kind of
Same
my
thing,
way of
but-
thinking about it too. Is they probably will be able to work out all the kinks and the bugs, and all the features should be live by then, like their online functionality and whatnot. And also, like I said, Mario Odyssey comes out at the end of this year, so. And honestly, I'm expecting it to get delayed. Like, I just haven't.
Right.
Yeah,
anyway.
and
Like,
I heard you can't save when you are using it in the what's it called, mode.
Dock?
the tablet mode.
The dock?
Yeah, like
mode?
when you take it and you're like traveling with it,
Oh, okay.
you can't save.
Really?
That's what I read, is that they don't have any like way of saving it. And I'm like, how can that even be possible? Because 9 times out of 10 you're traveling somewhere where you have to save and quit. Like,
Well, also, what's weird about that is it's on cartridges now, so they're basically like little memory sticks. That's weird. I'm gonna look this
Well,
up,
I
'cause
don't. I don't think they
sounds-
save data to the cartridge.
yeah, it doesn't save data to the cartridge,
that
and
should
there's
be
no
read-only. So
there's
I don't
no
know, it just-
external
The
chip
Switch
to
would-
save it.
It just doesn't seem likely that like the predecessor of the system was able to save on the go, but then they wouldn't make this one.
Right.
You
That's
know?
just what I
It just
read,
doesn't
and I don't
seem right.
know. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm trying to research it right now as we speak. The only thing I keep finding, and it's like everywhere, is save data on Nintendo Switch can't be copied or transferred.
maybe that's what it
you saw?
said. Yeah, maybe that's what it meant. So you can save on the go, because that was like the
Yeah.
deal breaker for me. But if you can save on the go, then I don't see what's.
Yeah, I don't see anything about
Any
not being
big
able to save on the
issue
go.
stuff?
I just see a lot of shit about not being able to transfer your saves, essentially locking all your saves to that console, so you can't, like,
Right.
you basically have to have your Switch if you want to
Play your game.
access your saves, and you can't access your saves from another person's Switch, is what I'm reading. And it's everywhere. Like I just Googled "can't save Nintendo Switch," and that's literally every single.
Okay, that's probably what I read, and I think I read it like right before work. So
Yeah,
yay, sleep
So-
brain.
it's all good. I mean, that's still kind of a sucky issue, but
Yeah,
and
'cause-
it might be
Because
fixed.
people's switches are gonna die.
Okay.
They're gonna die.
What the fuck? Like,
I'm just thinking,
how though?
it's a
Do they get
family-
suicidal? Like, what
it's
happens?
a family-oriented system, and there's gonna be little kids who are gonna wreak havoc.
Man, what the
It's,
fuck?
it's just what happens when
Was that threatening? Like, is Nintendo gonna come after you? Should we end this podcast and lay low for a minute?
David's over here. He's like, "It'd be a shame if something happened to your Switch," as he switches out of
Switch
Switch.
is
Right?
gonna die.
People's switches are gonna die. It's like, why is this so dramatic? Why? It's so scary all of a sudden.
Fucking like lift up his collar and there's a like Xbox tag on there. It's like, oh, he's an agent.
Yeah, you're an undercover agent.
That was weird, David.
Not cool enough.
But yeah. I mean, yeah.
No explanation whatsoever. Yeah, because people's switches are gonna die, so you should really be able to transfer data all
Yeah.
those Switches dying and stuff. I mean, you know.
No, I do see what you're saying now that I've had time to actually think about what.
Because
the
I
hell you
mean,
just
like
said.
your little siblings killed a few systems, didn't they?
Oh my god. Well, yeah.
I
okay,
had a
so-
cat pee in one of mine. So
Oh my god.
In
Yeah.
one of yours?
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
not
it was
spawn, but in.
the N64, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
motherfucker took a
Oh.
squat right over it. And we were like, what smells like cat pee? And we were just like, for a few days, and like, I went to play a game, and I was like, Mom, why doesn't this work? And she was like, because it's the thing that smells like cat pee. I was like, oh,
Ooh, that's sadness.
ooh,
Terrible.
Chichi
My
Baba.
sister managed to break a Nintendo GameCube.
Those were tough to
Like
break.
How,
one of the
though?
most indestructible.
I
Exactly,
have
that's-
dropped
okay.
that down half a flight of stairs. No exaggeration. I have dropped my GameCube down half a flight of stairs, had the top pop
Right.
open and the disc fly out, and all of it still worked.
Yeah, I've seen
Right.
YouTube
How?
videos of people just dropping GameCubes
So-
and then plugging them in and playing the games.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's play a little game. How do you think? And we'll start with David. How do you think? Wait, David, you know the story, so we'll start with Chris. How do you think my sister broke my GameCube? What is your best guess?
I think that she was testing it like an easy bake oven, and she put actual physical desserts inside of it.
Okay, Brian, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to say that she threw up on it.
So, both of
Oof.
you assume that there is some sort of outside contaminant. No, actually, she somehow managed to break it from about a 3-foot fall. It was sitting on
Over
my
a bed of
parents'
lava? I don't understand.
over freaking a carpeted surface. It fell.
Did she
off-
have laser vision?
I mean, it might have been invisible laser vision. I don't know, but she
What?
she tripped over one of the controller cords and it pulled the GameCube off of the dresser that it was sitting
Yeah,
on, about
common
3-4 feet.
mistake.
Yeah, it hit the carpeted surface. Never read a disc again.
Damn.
Were you salty?
Yeah,
A moment
I
of
was salty.
silence. Jeez.
It really
But yeah,
was
like-
because
Wow.
we
Well,
played
the-
that all the time.
yeah. It didn't make sense to me, like, because it basically is an indestructible system. Like, it was hard to break those things, and she managed to do it in the way, like, there was no way that should have broken in that situation, and she managed to do it. So
I
and
mean-
that's when I ended up actually getting an Xbox. So.
That is one of the reasons I do appreciate Nintendo, because I've done a lot of crap to the Wii, to the DS, and to my GameCube, and none of them break. I am the person who breaks a phone about once a month. Like, I broke my PS2. I'm the worst with video game systems, and Nintendo I've never had a problem with, not once. So kudos
Yeah.
to your sister. She is a demon.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
There's some kind of hellish nature if you're able to break a GameCube.
Yeah, and in a similar fashion, my brother managed to almost break my Xbox by tripping over the cord and having it tumble to the ground. He did scratch up my Guitar Hero 2 disc, though,
Oof.
which made me pretty mad.
It was all about
I
that
had to-
Guitar Hero back in the days.
Yeah, those were back in the height of my the height of my.
It's
Guitar
literally
Hero
all I would
days.
ever want to play is Guitar Hero and Halo.
I loved Guitar
Yeah.
Hero. I played on Expert, I thank you. So
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I still
I played on
only want to play
Expert.
Halo and Guitar Hero. It's just they both suck nowadays. So.
true.
And,
Yeah, at least you
but
admit it.
Yeah, it took me a while, but I had to finally admit that Halo 5 is just not good.
Yeah.
It took a lot
Like,
to admit that.
it's just- Like, my favorite memories from that game are always split screen. So it's like, why would you get rid of it?
yeah, they
Yeah.
apparently are putting it back in Halo 7
Hmm.
or 6. I mean,
Wait,
when
what
it comes
happened to
out.
6?
Nope, we're on to 7 now.
Yeah.
Nah, we
I
don't.
corrected
We don't
myself.
do 6. Mm-mm. No.
I corrected myself.
Bad number.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
a bad
did
number.
confirm. They did confirm that they're putting split screen back.
We're not doing 9 either, in case someone turns that shit upside down. We're just not messing with it. It's not
Well, I mean,
happening.
y'all saw what happened. Y'all saw what happened with Resident Evil 6 and how it looked like somebody giving head to a giraffe. So
Yeah, it was not good. I mean, that's pretty much how the
That's an
game went, though.
Interesting way to explain it, but I'm not gonna.
It was
object.
good if you
Have you
were a
not seen that?
giraffe.
David,
No,
look
no,
up the
no,
look up.
no, no. I'm agreeing. It's bad.
Oh,
All I'm
okay.
saying is that's an interesting way to explain it.
Yeah, it's like giving head to a
I agree.
giraffe and you're the one giving head. That's how the game went.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't talking about the game. I was talking about the logo itself. I don't know if
I'm just saying it was akin to how the game went. It was the good indicator.
okay.
Everybody should have
okay.
seen the giraffe
like
getting
the
head
precursor.
and gone, I won't play this game.
It was pretty funny when I was looking online, like which games to play in order. Everyone was just like, "Don't play 6. It's garbage."
Yeah, it's hot
Like,
garbage. It's not.
Like the only time I saw somebody say, "Oh, you should play 6," it was followed by, "And then you'll see how bad it is, and you'll appreciate the other games."
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, 6 was pretty bad. That's why I really am happy with how 7 came out, because they did a complete 180 and they're like, all right, well, we fucked up. We're gonna make a good one now. So
Yeah, it was
good for
pretty
them.
decent. I still didn't like the ending and the bosses too terribly much. The only good boss was Marguerite, and they only did it once, and they did terrible
God, she
boss
was
3
the creepiest
times.
boss.
She was amazing,
She was so creepy.
and they missed
Brian,
out
were you
on
in
a
the stream when we
huge
were
chunk
fighting
of the
Marguerite?
story.
No.
Oh god, dude,
She
she
was
was the creepiest
horrifying.
boss in the game.
She was
Holy
pretty creepy.
shit!
So, it's not a spoiler, but do you want me to say anything, Brian, or are you gonna
Oh
play it?
yeah, I don't mind. I don't think so.
Okay, so basically, it's about like, I don't know, halfway through the game,
Yeah.
or more than halfway through the game. So Marguerite, she's like the wife or whatever, and she's like carrying around this lantern, and every time you run into her, you have to like, you don't fight her, you don't interact with her, you literally, like, the goal is to stay out of her line of sight. You
Yeah,
don't
like
want her to
she's
find
in
you.
patrol mode, and you just kind of dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like hide and dodge, and so eventually you do come into contact with her, and she pushes you into this hole in the ground, and you fight her, yada yada, and then she quote unquote dies, and she like falls down the hole, and you climb out, and you go do some other things, and you come back, and her body's gone, but her lantern's on the ground, and you look, and suddenly you see this fucking long, gross looking, like super inhumanly
Spindly.
large, long, spindly arm come out of this, like another hole opened up like at the bottom of the hole, like in the side like of the wall, and you just see her arm grab the lantern and leave with it.
Yep.
And I saw that,
And
and
you
I was
need
like,
the
I am
lantern
not going
too.
down there.
You go
Yeah, the
you go
lantern,
through,
you
and there's
have
this
to-
locked door, and it's like this balance system, like the Statue of Liberty, and it's being held down by a lantern, so you need another lantern to make it balance. And you're like, cool, I know where a fucking lantern is, let me just backtrack
Yeah.
real quick. And like a
Yeah.
cocky little asshole, you walk right back to where you saw her drop her lantern, and you're like, fuck, it's
Yeah, I
so
did-
scary.
I did not want to go in that hole. I was
No,
like,
we
I'm
both
not
looked at
going
each
down
other
there.
like, nope. Nope.
And then, so then you do, like, you know, I mean, if you want to advance, you go in it.
Oh, it's
and
heinous.
you look down the hole she crawls down, and you just see a glimpse of her in the distance, and she's like crawling on all fours.
Yeah, it's like
and her limbs are extra
scurrying
long.
away.
It's fucking creepy. It's the creepiest boss in the game, and it
Yeah.
was such a. And then you eventually fight her, and she's just creepy and gross and amazing.
She
It
comes
was
out of
probably
nowhere, like drops down from the ceiling and stuff, and
She
you're
scared me really good a couple times. I watched the video.
I wanna see
of
it.
the stream. Yeah, I need to like pull them up and like edit them and put them on YouTube.
Do you
But
know
I
the
was rewatching
timestamp?
the stream. I'd have to look at it. I can give it to you after this. But yeah, I got scared twice, and the funny thing is, the second time Chris was ready for it because we had died and we had to restart, and I completely forgot.
oh yeah, and you're
about
going up
jump
the
scare.
stairs, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, you're going so
And
like you were just walking the fuck up there, and I'm like, did you not remember? So I'm sitting there like,
sure didn't.
John. And then you're like, oh shit, and I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, he forgot.
Yeah, it got me. The same exact instance got me twice in a row. It was pretty bad.
She's
And
scary
it-
as fuck. I have got to say, she was absolutely the highlight of the game. And it was such good design on their part too. Like, it was subtle. It wasn't like this over the top hairy monster. It was like a spider that also was a woman. It was so perfectly seamed together. Where like the ending boss is really cartoony. I'm not gonna give anything away, but it's not awesome. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Was not impressed.
But it also, but it plays into like the whole Resident Evil thing. Like Nemesis,
But
is
how?
cartoony as heck. Like, have you not seen Nemesis? Look how cartoony that motherfucker is.
I'm saying in the history of Resident Evil, I don't think the majority of big bosses have been that cartoony. Like they're over the top to be sure, but they're usually like Marguerite style where they're like some kind of nasty, muscly, gross BS with a bunch of eyes on them. Like that's 9 times out of 10 what they are. But none of them are like I don't know, it's just so
I think the
cartoony.
reason you didn't like it, I feel like the reason you didn't like it is because of how the scale, like how big the last boss was.
But it
I
wasn't
feel
that
like
it
if
was
it was scaled
big.
down-
No, I don't. There was just nothing. It was a. Can I just give it away? Like, it was a giant face. It was so dumb, and it wasn't even a believably giant face. It was just a dumb cartoon giant face. I was like, serious? Like, serious? And Nemesis is pretty believable. I mean, cartoony, yes, but no, I just mean it's cartoony, yes, but it's also it's like a giant mutant man covered in sores. Like, how is that not believable? And the design itself is cartoony, like the feel of it is cartoony, but when you actually look at the character, you're like, I can believe this in this situation. Unless
okay,
there's
I guess I could see.
you know, like unless there's a final version of him that I'm not remembering or something, but like he's just a giant dude with like gross scabby things
Yeah. Okay. I guess I could understand where you're
versus
I don't know,
a giant floating head. John,
floating. There was a body attached to it.
Where?
It was a big mass. It wasn't like it was just floating and hovering in midair. It was just a mass connected to the ground.
it was
that
so
attached
dumb.
to. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. But also we only have the one ending. We didn't do the other ending.
That's
I mean,
true.
that boss is probably still in it, but there may have been more to it.
That's
we
true.
haven't
That's true.
seen, so. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, ultimately, it was a great game.
I just thought they went a little too supernatural with it. Like they went a little too like magic-y. And
But
it just didn't
they
fit
didn't, though.
with the rest of it.
It made you think. It made you think that it was at first, but then it turned out to not really be like supernatural. It was like, yeah, it kind of in a way, but not as much as it kind of led you to believe at first. Because I thought it was straight up like, oh shit, they have like essentially ghosts or something now, but it's not. Like, I don't know.
But how,
I mean,
how
overall-
do I say it? It's like they brought you to supernatural suspicions and then they made you think it was science and then they brought it back to supernatural. Because science can't do that. Like a giant floating amassed head
Not that you know.
and like projecting its body even though it's old. Like there's so many things where I was like, it's still supernatural. It's still using magic. It's still
I
not
mean,
science.
It could possibly happen. It could be science. You just don't know that. They
Right.
don't want you to know that.
But they didn't explain it scientifically. If they're going to make me believe that it's something scientists did, then they better have a good explanation and a good reason as to how this is happening. So if you're making me believe it's superstition and supernatural and you're saying this is a ghost, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. If it looks like it's a ghost, I'm like, all right. I'm going to buy this ghost business. And then if they're like, no, it's science, haha. And then I'm like, oh, surprise twist ending. It was science the whole time. Cool. And then they're like, but look at this giant head. I'm going to be like, well, now you've ruined everything. Like, what is it now? Is it a ghost? Is it science? I'm going to read your story. I'm going to buy your story. Whatever you feed me, I will buy it. But you better make it believable.
I guess I don't know. It mutated very much like
Mutated.
yeah, very much like. Have you ever seen Akira?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how the fucking thing. It's been so long since I've seen it, but it was Akira that mutated into that massive
Yeah.
blob, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I attributed it to, and I thought that was kind of cool. So I don't know.
I'm going to let bygones be giant heads on this one.
But I mean, I think we can both agree that the game itself, like
The game was
overall,
great.
really, really
Yeah,
good.
the game was definitely. What was my rating for it? Like a 6 out of 10?
7. I thought you gave it a 7. No, maybe you did give it a 6. But you're really harsh, so
I am really
Yeah.
harsh. It needs to be
give it,
life
like-
changing to get anything over than an 8.
I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. So, but that's on my scale, so
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good.
But Brian, have you been playing anything recently?
No, just Smash Brothers, honestly.
Just playing some good old Melee.
Yeah, Melee and the new one, which is alright. But
Oh, that's right, because you have it on your 3DS,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, it's, it lacks definitely in
Yeah.
controls.
Yeah.
But
We
I
need to
mean,
bring more shame onto this shame island.
I know, right? Ah. But I mean, I guess I got used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody
Yeah.
and
I
I
mean,
tried playing Smash for 3DS, and it was just
it was
the internet was so terrible that we couldn't actually play a decent match.
that you couldn't play for too long anyway
Sometimes I
because
get,
your hands cramp out.
yeah,
Sometimes
I
you get what?
guess. Sometimes I can get like good connection and play people, but
Yeah. I feel
sometimes
like
it's like
it's
super
just
bad.
yeah, it's classic Nintendo online functionality. It's spotty. Sometimes you get good connections, sometimes you don't. It all depends on
Yeah,
how
totally.
the cards land.
Yeah, I can't even make it work for like Animal Crossing, so I'd really hate to try it for anything more intense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god.
I'm looking forward to see how good the internet is for the Switch, since I mean
True.
that's gonna be a paid subscription too, which is different. But if it means a half decent internet, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if I'm gonna pay for it, it better be good,
Yeah.
But if it's
I
so
just
free,
wish we didn't have to pay for it, because like I feel
true.
like we pay for the internet twice sometimes.
Yeah.
Although this one, I've heard things that it's just going to be like $20 a year, or like something, and that's pretty reasonable. But
I would do that.
we'll have to see when it
Hmm.
finally comes out, because I know I think the subscription will be in effect, I don't know, like August sometime. I forget the date, but
Oh, oh, okay. I thought it was
maybe
not
it's
going to be for
sooner.
like a
It's
year. I guess I was just really wrong.
like
Yeah.
who knows? It could be delayed or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which.
I mean it just says planned for fall of
Like,
2017.
oh. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
gonna be in
vague
the
for
fall, but it's gonna be like
which.
around $20 a year. Yeah.
What I don't know if you've seen the videos of like all the problems like people are having with the Switch. I think one of my favorite things to see is watch people like clipping on those like little shoulder things to the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, for whatever reason they decided having two separate ones per Joy-Con was a smart idea instead of making them like universally like fit either way.
Yeah.
So if you people have been getting their things stuck because if you put it on the wrong way, apparently it goes on pretty easily.
It does.
But it sticks.
And does not
Have
come
you tried
off.
it, David?
I didn't even look. I just figured it'd only go in one way. I went whoop, and then I was just like, shit, this isn't moving. And I'm trying to like look it up, and it's like put it on the wrong way. What can I do? And like nobody has anything, and it's like okay, whatever. So I just kind of like slowly kept applying more and more force until it popped out, and I was like, oh my god, that is just no,
Yeah,
no.
I think that's what my favorite thing about it is. Like, it seems like it's happening to literally everybody that has a Switch because it happened to you, and that's amazing, and it makes me laugh. But there is a video I did see of someone that's has a method on how to.
I'd probably just
There's
put like
two
stickers
little-
on it and be like,
Yeah.
this is the right side.
Well, they do have little plus and minus icons on them, but they're like just raised. They're not like painted or anything. They're the same color as all the plastic.
Stickers.
Yeah, stickers might be the way to go.
The
I just think
cupcake
it's
is
so
the right
funny.
way and the unicorn is the right. Wait, maybe it's. Fuck.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things to see.
It's a very
online
traumatizing
right now.
experience.
Yeah, I bet you were freaking out when it happened because you didn't even know that was an issue.
No,
which
because
makes it even
I
funnier.
just popped into it fresh. Like I did as little research and video watching as possible, and just said, "Hey, let's get it."
And it
See, and that's what
bit you
that's
in the
why-
butt.
Exactly. See, sometimes you do have to watch those trailers.
No, you don't need to watch the trailers. You just need to watch videos of people having
This
problems.
is Shame Island. We need to shame him.
Yeah, shame on you.
Boo!
We just had a whole conversation
Shame.
about not watching trailers and having nothing revealed. And I'll be like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great. Like,
Good idea, man.
Ah,
Quentin
and
Tarantino
that's
did
the
that. I'd totally be down. And now
We'll
you're
support
getting
you
that
until you
whole
do something stupid.
philosophy.
see that's the freaking Shyamalan twist right there. You thought we were one way and now we're the other way. It all comes
What a
around in a
twist.
weird circle. Yeah.
Consistency
Oh.
at its best.
Yep, exactly. No, actually, no, I did adopt that philosophy though.
We're just gonna
have avoided
Cersei's
all
you.
trailers For... Yeah.
We're gonna strip you of your clothes, cut your hair off, and walk you through the streets.
I mean, can we
That
just? do
sounds
anyway?
that
I
sounds
think it'd
really
be pretty
nice.
funny.
Like free haircut company while I'm walking through the streets.
Free
You
shitty
guys are
haircut.
so generous. Hey, my hair is already pretty crazy, so it can't be any worse. So thank you
I mean-
so much.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
This is some Hello Kitty bullshit.
What? Hello Kitty. Wait,
It's
hell-
like
hold on,
I'm
what?
happy no matter what.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I live
It's
in
on my
Japan.
Joy-Con.
That's how David
Takes a
trolls
Fritz on
people.
me.
Takes a Fritz? What is? Oh my god, who are you?
So,
What
if
are
you were to describe yourself as one country, what would it be? Clearly, David is like the red district in Japan.
I like how you ask what we would be, and then you give David.
Yeah,
his
I'm
country.
assigning I'm assigning David. I'm interested to hear what the others have to say. Go.
Fuck. I don't know. I guess
That's a good question.
that is a good
like
question because now I feel like I really have to think about
Um,
this because if I give a wrong answer, it could.
There is
be
no
really
wrong
bad for
answer.
me.
Okay, David, what would you wish that yours was? Even though we all know that you're the red light district in Japan.
What do I don't even know where to begin with this. Nope.
See, it's a hard. It's a hard.
That's
that's
not a
the
hard
of the question for
question.
This is Shame Island. Do
This
you
is
not
not
understand
hard.
where we are
Well,
right
that's
now?
what our purpose is to create shame. So no matter what you say, you're not going to have a wrong answer. It's either going to be great or we're going to shame you for it. Which is not a bad thing. Welcome to shame. You know?
I feel like I.
You'd be Canada.
No, I'm not nice enough for Canada to be Canada.
You're sarcastically nice.
Yeah, exactly. They're.
But you're
they're, like,
still
legit
nice. I don't know.
I think
okay.
If, I
You would
think
be
at this point,
like-
I would just be America.
No, you would be more like Reno.
That's not a country, you dingus.
Oh.
We're talking country.
I'm sorry, I forgot the country part.
Okay.
Forgot
the
entire
country
question.
of Reno. God.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
You are now a resident of Shame Island. Congratulations.
Yep. Welcome.
Ah, thanks,
We've added
thanks a
another
lot. I
star to
appreciate
our
that.
flag.
Yeah.
Ding.
Oh, is that how it goes? We just add stars for people that are.
Yeah,
on
dingus
Shame
stars. They go ding.
I don't know. I think I would be like America just because I mean, I am like
America.
fake.
Fake?
nice.
You're
Not
fake?
Not fake.
Wow.
nice. Let me fucking
Oh, yeah,
finish.
that's good
What?
then. Yeah,
Is
you're
that fake?
America
Let me
because you're
finish, you
fake as
twat.
hell.
No, I was gonna I was saying fake nice, but fake nice isn't what I meant to say. I meant like sarcastically nice, as you put it.
See, I think you'd be somewhere in Europe
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, like where? I don't know.
Because
I'm
Americans
bad
can
at
be really
geography, so-
cocky and mean. And I don't think you're
Yeah.
cocky.
Nah, yeah, that's fair.
Mm,
But then again, so
I don't
can
know,
some
this is why it's
European
hard.
places. I think that I
This-
would be like Australia.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see actually being from Australia, so which is funny
Because like I can do an Australian accent. So like that's why I would probably be from Australia. That's the only reason I'll have. That's all I really need.
I wonder if this sounds great to us, but to an actual Australian, this probably sounds like.
Oh, it
absolute
probably
dog
sounds
shit.
like terrible. They're probably like, holy shit. This is exactly
lost
where the
all of our-
Australians leave. We've lost the followers.
We've lost all of our Australian followers.
All zero of
Brian,
them.
I want to hear. I'm kind of curious of what Brian's country of choice would be, though.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Jamaica.
Oh, that's a good one.
I could see that.
That's a good one.
Totally.
Super, super
I can see
dangerous unless you have money.
that. That's not where I was going with it, but I mean,
I don't know. Chill out, you know.
yeah. Brian's a chill dude, so when you think of Jamaica, you think of chill. At least the outside world. I don't know much about Jamaica itself, but from what I've seen through American media, I got the America goggles when I look at Jamaica, so I see.
Yeah, but it is also pretty dangerous.
I mean,
But-
the resorts are awesome, and you can be naked on them, which is also nice. Hedonism Island, pretty great, no big deal. So I mean,
Sounds much better than Shame Island.
they got nothing on us, okay?
Well, literally, because they don't have any clothes on.
Right, that's what I was meaning. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, they're way better. They're
Gotcha.
infinitely better. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that question is like way too hard. I'm gonna be thinking about that, and I'm gonna give you like a real answer next week for sure. Because now I'm gonna like think about it all week. It's like one of those questions like we should have like ended on like and something to think about while you're gone. What country would you think you are, or whatever?
I think you'd be like Ireland or something. Yeah, like generally nice, generally repressed. Mostly good. People like you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Not starting any wars and not ending them. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Stick to my
Savage.
Well, yeah. Okay. I could get down with that.
And then what did we assign David? Oh yeah, the red light district in Japan. Just have to bring that back. No big
Cheers. Cheers.
deal. Goodbye.
They don't say cheers. They don't say cheers in Japan, David. Get it fucking right.
Yeah, they don't say cheers, dude. We should have like instead there should be Shame Island, but if you do something so embarrassing that you have to be off of Shame Island, you go onto like the Shame Life Raft or something, and you just have to be like in the ocean. You can't go anywhere past the reef. You can't leave the island, but you're just kind of like
Did you just watch Moana?
yes. But you're like, literally last night. You can't go past the reef, David. But you're in timeout.
Brad, I want to ask Brian real quick. Did you see Moana yet? Hello?
Hello.
Did we? Oh, there you are. Hi.
Oh, well,
I thought we lost you. I said, did you see Moana yet?
Oh yeah, I saw that in theaters.
Oh, did you? Oh, dude, that's such a fucking good movie. I was so.
Yo, I thought it was
impressed with
tight.
that movie.
It was cool.
Yeah.
You know.
I liked the coconuts.
Yeah. Coconuts are pretty great.
No,
What
just
do they
the
call these?
regular
What is the
coconuts.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh wait.
I'm kidding. I liked the angry
Okay.
coconuts.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so
David, you
angry.
need to watch that movie. Yeah, that was like immediately what I thought of when you were like, "Don't go past the reef." I was like in my head because I did just watch it like 2 weeks ago, if that. So,
Mhm.
Yep, I watched it last night. So
nice.
yeah.
Good movie. Man, I don't know. As far as like movies and stuff go, I think. Oh man, I just watched the newest trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean, the newest one coming out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so hyped! Oh, God,
Nope, not gonna
I'm
watch
so
it.
Excited for this movie.
I'm with David on
Yeah.
this one. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm gonna be a sucker and I'm gonna go see it.
Although I
think-
still need to see the Fountain of Youth or whatever it was called.
I
I'm
know you
a little-
don't. know you
That
don't.
was what it was based off. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Fuck, I don't know,
just-
but it's
just
not
to
called. But
catch
yeah,
up.
it's
I
the
mean,
newest one.
I'll
Dead
watch
Man's
the
That one,
rest
it
of
was
them.
okay. No, was it Dead Man's Chest? Actually, it might have been, but that one was okay.
It
wasn't
wasn't.
bad.
It's okay.
It's pretty bad.
It's okay, but the new one looks badass. Like, really, really, really looks good, and I'm so excited. And they're bringing back like Orlando Bloom's character.
Will Turner.
Yep. Well, yeah,
From the dead?
He was never dead.
No, he just like
He-
escaped on the Black Pearl, wasn't it?
Oh
No,
yeah,
no.
He
wait.
took over.
It was,
he took over Davy Jones' ship. He
It was
took over-
Keira
he's
Knightley
captain
who
of the
was
ship.
like kind of dead at the end of the other one because she was like stranded
No.
on that weird island. It was
didn't die.
implied that she was, but like
No.
her soul was
What?
trapped on that island.
What? No, she's
Yeah.
very much alive. You need to rewatch the movie. Listen, like, there was no implications.
Look.
That's
The best thing to ever happen to Pirates of the Caribbean was the ninja guy.
The ninja guy.
I am ninja, you are ninja, we are ninja too. It was
I
this
have
like
no idea what in the world you're talking about.
hilarious. I will link it to the chat. But it is hilarious, and he does a Pirates of the Caribbean version, and it's fucking funny.
Do you just not like any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? Is that what you're getting at here?
No, I liked the first one.
Oh, I don't know. I am a very big fan of those movies, and I'm super excited for them. That
Ninja
movie-
pickup lines. Sorry, your boyfriend got his arms cut off. Need a hug?
What are you going on about?
Ninja pickup lines. From across the room, I thought your body was punching, but now I see it's kicking.
Wow, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
It's the ninja
no.
guy.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Fuck you guys.
We're gonna move on from that because that was just awful. Have any of you seen the new teaser for Deadpool 2?
Yes.
No, I
Twice.
will not.
Oh my god, it's
So good.
it's so good. Brian, you didn't like the Deadpool movie, did you?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, I know. This is where Brian's pickiness really shines when it comes to anything comic book related. He's very much about the actual comic books rather than the movies, which
But
in
it
a lot
was
of, in a
so
lot of aspects
good.
it's fair.
Huh.
I don't know, Brian. Why exactly did you not like the first Deadpool movie, Brian?
Silence.
I think we lost you again.
ensues.
Yeah, did we lose you again? Oh, I think we lost him. Lost him.
Oh, man.
my bad.
No, he's there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Sorry. I think I might have
You might have what?
hung up.
Oh.
Oh no!
I
You
think I
couldn't
might have.
No.
Hung up.
Adding some suspense.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you to kind of briefly explain why you didn't like the first Deadpool movie, because that still kind of boggles my mind.
I don't know. It's just like everything about it, like, massive CG, and like I'm not a fan of gore, so it's like I didn't care about
Oh.
that. Like all those like crazy ways he was killing people, like that. It just doesn't impress me.
Yeah, you probably didn't
Fair.
like Christmas growing up either. Yeah. It's cool. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Well, because
know?
I always kind of saw Christmas as just like this corporate holiday more than anything.
Boom, came right back on
Yeah.
you, Chris.
Hugs
Get
are
fucked.
probably terrible, right? Yeah. You never liked hugs growing up.
Oh, I would never say that. No, never.
Anytime it snowed or was too sunny, it was like Grinch over there.
It never snows
I'm-
here, so
Yeah, I mean, because you live in California.
totally.
What? What is going on anymore?
If you throw shade at Deadpool, my heart I can't.
She gets really salty. You just like
So
engage
salty.
with them.
I mean,
Levels.
everybody has their opinions, but yeah. Honestly, dude, garbage movie.
I can feel the like salt levels just rising in Chris right now.
I mean, I'm just trying to mentally assign you like maybe you're Nazi Germany, like maybe that was your country of origin. I'm just trying to mentally put you in the right
Oh,
spot.
man.
But then I think, man, it snowed a lot in Nazi Germany, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know.
You're stuck on the snow. What is this about snow?
I mean,
don't
Christmas
get
didn't
it.
really come for them either that year, so
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Oh no.
Maybe it's perfect. Maybe it's perfect.
Jesus.
Hey, it's just
You are now Antarctica.
That's nothing but snow.
Nothing happens.
Fair enough.
You are a blank
know
slate
of.
of misery and cold.
No, I wouldn't say that about you.
I mean, you
Brian.
could put the Deadpool movie, you could play it in Antarctica and no one would see it. It's perfect. It's the only analogy that works. Because if you play it anywhere else, people are going to be like, wow, what a great movie. So clearly you're Antarctica. It's
Nah, it's
science. Science!
Nah, it was just cheap entertainment. That's all.
And okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I can see where Brian's coming.
Your mom.
But
What?
I mean, he said cheap entertainment. I couldn't not. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Dang. But no, I can see where Brian's coming from. I
Yeah, you're
think
Canada.
part of it is because I love Deadpool as a character in general. So the movie, I think I went in expecting Deadpool type antics, and that's what I got. So that's why I loved it so much. But I could definitely see it. There is a ton of CG in the movie, and I think it could have done with more practical and less CG. But at the same time, I still thought it was a fantastic movie.
It
But
still
I can
wasn't as
absolutely
bad
see-
CG as like Green Lantern, and the characterization was like on point.
Yeah,
Plus,
I think
the
it
actor
did
and
what it set out to
director
do.
was obsessed with Deadpool, and he'd been wanting to make the movie for 10 years. So like he played as true to the character as he could. And if CG was the only way he could do stuff, it was the only way he could do stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, I see where Brand's coming from, but at the same time, I really love the movie. But
I mean, Hitler makes some good speeches, but you know.
we're going back to this now.
Oh, that's right. You're Antarctica. You make no speeches. I have to say, Brian, you are totally chill. I've just given you nothing but salt.
That's all good. And
Yeah,
just-
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's all opinion.
We have the mayor of Shame Island, though.
Yeah, that would be David.
Yeah, that's true. No one can out-shame David.
Yeah. So, I mean, but-
David's just low-key chuckling in the background. Just like,
what?
you sound like Wario, but like 20 miles away.
Well, there's like some weird, high-pitched background noise on your end, Chris.
It's probably my radiator.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
small
making sure
apartments.
You're okay over
Yeah.
there.
Just random radiators.
It's just the
making
bomb
noise.
drill.
But what I was gonna say is, Brian, you should be pretty not honored, but I'm impressed
Shamed.
at the fact. I'm impressed at the fact that even though you clearly touched on a soft spot for Chris here with the Deadpool thing, you still have not managed to usurp David's rightful place as the mayor of Shame Island.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's pretty
That's cool.
impressive.
That's cool.
But, that's just it's a testimony. No, what the fuck?
Use your
It's,
words.
yeah, it's a testament. It's a testament.
Yeah, testament. That's what I was looking for. To your chillness. So, and that's
Yeah.
why I dig you as a human being.
And David, I think you earned a new nickname today. It is Diarrhea Pillow, just to bring it back to the beginning, full circle.
David, you gotta change all your usernames to Diarrhea Pillow now.
What up, DP?
DP.
I think we're gonna pass on that one. You guys can keep that.
I know your passwords. I'm gonna change.
I
it
was
for
just
you.
gonna say, who knows this motherfucker's passwords? Like, who's got hacks?
I have hacks.
Damn
you
it, you're right. You can't argue with Mr. Shame there.
Shame. What? You can't keep giving him different nicknames.
That's
You
his
gotta stick with
title.
one.
His title. Shame Mare Diarrhea Pillow. It's a title and then a name.
Why would? What?
Yeah.
Shame Mayor? Wouldn't it be Mayor Shame Diarrhea Pillow?
I mean syntax.
Syntax.
Okay.
Oh my god. But yeah, this is why this podcast is called Shame Island, right?
It's
here.
true.
It's oh my god.
I mean, I
don't
think
know.
I think the reason is because the first time we talked about giant dildos.
Oh, god.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
basically it right there. Actually, that was literally the beginning of Shame Island. I think.
Yeah.
it was.
Talk about sore spots.
Yeah.
It's a
Man.
sore spot for John for sure.
Yeah.
He was saying his
Such
butt
a
hurt.
sore
His
spot.
butt was sore earlier.
Yeah,
so.
he was a little butthurt about that conversation. It's a very hard topic for him.
Anyway, we are at motherfuckers 1 hour and 5 minutes. So that's usually about the time.
Boop, boop, boop.
And I want to end it before it devolves back into shit on John cast. So
No, we love you, John.
yeah, I love me too. So we're gonna end it here.
Canada.
What? No. I thought we agreed I was not Italy, fucking Ireland. Anyway, don't get another topic started. We're ending
Potato
this.
blight, Ireland. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Do we have anything? Oh, there is a thing coming up soon for CryoGear. We're not really saying it. We're kind of trying to be. I'm trying to be mysterious about it. Chris thought it was too mysterious and serious. But there is something coming, so be on the lookout very soon. We will keep that up to date in the Discord as always.
It
and
looms in the
stream-
distance.
It does.
It looms in the distance. That'll be the next message in the announcements part of the Discord, I think. Brian, you don't stream or anything, so I can't really like plug any of your stuff. Do you
Yeah,
have
it's
any,
cool.
like, sort of art I can plug?
No, I just like to like watch and stuff. It's cool.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Antarctica, you're so chill.
So passive.
Super
That was a
passive.
pun.
Yeah, I dug it.
Yeah,
I dug it.
no, we all got that.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Whew.
There's like
When you
could-
were like, yeah, you're so passive, I was like, what? That's not a pun.
sorry, like I just don't have to like have a huge reaction for each pun I hear.
No,
'cause
you
I
gotta
hear them
build on the
all
puns. You
time.
gotta pun on pun on pun.
Well,
Speaking of
maybe
puns,
some days
pun
I don't
gun.
like the pun
Just,
stack.
Get that done. Anyway,
Shame
thank
there.
you all. Thanks everybody for listening, and thank you all for hanging out with us. Special thank you to Brian for hanging out with us on such short notice.
Well,
Thanks,
thanks for
Brian.
having
and
me.
being pretty chill.
Yeah,
And,
thanks, Brian.
Hopefully Chris didn't scare you away.
Chris-
Welcome to Shame Island.
Welcome.
Cool.
So we'll have to have you back on again for sure. Yeah, so that'll do it. Have a good night, everybody. Later.
Good day.
See
Later,
ya.
everyone.